Hey guys, this is Rebecca here with KETO-SIStas, and I'm here, I'll probably point the wrong way, with my friend Debbie. And we wanted to talk to you about our Summer Slim Down. We're so excited about this new program because we are setting you up to get summer ready with us. So it's a great program that kind of combines some of our existing programs in a very specific, very strategic, intentional way to get you summer ready, and more importantly, to get you set up to make the choices that you need to make for your lifestyle, for your desired goals, and for the way that you live. Because we know a lot of people don't want to live in the strict keto world. I know I don't. But knowing about keto and the principles behind it, the science behind it, knowing how to do that, and knowing about low carb and also fasting, combining all of that in a tremendously fun and exciting Summer Slim Down Challenge, it's just great. We're super excited about it. But I tend to ramble. So I thought what a good thing to do would be to have a friend on here with me. And Debbie was happy to hop on with her pooch. What's your pooch's name?
This is Rocco.
Rocco. So that Debbie could ask me the questions that are probably top of mind for you. So she's just going to ask me what the Slim Down is like, ask all the questions that you would like answers to, and then I can answer from there.
So tell me about the Slim Down. Where do we start off with? And the good thing about the Slim Down is it's going to take you to the summer and beyond. I liked some of the things you said about, not wanting to live this way forever, this one certain way. So it can take you from the beginning challenge all the way into on and on and
it's
on.
a lifestyle, right?
Right.
Because what we were thinking about is, I don't know how you are, but like I'm sitting on, if I can get it out, a sweater. Like in the warmer months, we just kind of bundle up, right? We've got sweaters and coats and scarves, and it's really easy to hide a little extra fluff. And it's also really easy when it's cold to kind of cuddle up in front of the fire or in front of the television, have a little extra snacks, right? So we tend to just get on an extra layer of fat in addition to the layers that we hide of clothes, right? That we hide underneath.
So easily.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a keto-assisted like you, but it's real life. We tend to all kind of do that, right? So I want to get summer ready. I want to be ready to wear tank tops and bathing suits and not have to feel like I'm hiding under a beach towel if I'm at the beach or the lake. So yeah, getting ready for summer, but also giving people tools so that they can create a lifestyle. Because I know when I get a little heavy, I know what I need to do, but it's more fun to do it in community, right? To have a group of friends to do it with you. So we've created this Summer Slim Down, and it's a 6-week program. It's going to start on April 22nd. In the first 3 weeks, we're going to basically mimic what we do in our real life keto challenge. If you've taken that challenge with us, let us know in the comments. But that's sort of the flagship program for us here at KETO-SIStas. It's a 3-week deal where we spend 1 week going low carb. What does that look like? How do I cut carbs down in my life? Then we spend the next week on healthy fats. What are the healthy fats? What are the fats that I want to avoid? And how do I start incorporating those into my lifestyle? Because we know from experience that there's a better way to do it and a not so good way. Because if you go too heavy on those healthy fats, just to be a little discreet, it can cause some GI issues, right? So I'll just leave that there. But we show you how to do it gradually so that you don't experience those problems.
And then you can't still do too much of a good thing.
Yes. Too much too fast is not good.
Yes.
And then the 3rd week, we kind of pull it all together and we talk about protein, how you want to be moderate in your protein intake, and how do you sort of coordinate what you eat as far as fat, carbs, and protein to get you to that keto lifestyle.
So that week is sort of putting it all together, making it.
Yes, it's sort of like, hey, here's how it looks going forward instead of just focusing on one thing. Right. It's like, what does it look like together? So that's 3 weeks. That's a great program. It will set you up for success, but we've gotten a lot of feedback over the last 3 years that while that's great for a lot of people for a short-term goal, maybe they're getting ready for a wedding, Maybe they're getting ready for a family reunion or a high school or college reunion. They want to look their best, feel their best. In our society, it's really hard for most people to stick with that strict of a guideline. And a lot of people don't want to keep track of everything that they put in their mouth and make
Every
sure that
single
it's
day.
all balanced and weighed. And, it's just a lot. So that's why we move then. Once you have that foundation, we move into the second phase, which is learning what I like to call a carb conscious lifestyle is. How can you look at labels? How can you make small changes, taking off buns, doing pasta substitutes, substitutes for your soda? How can we make small changes that have a big impact as long as you do those consistently? And that's
So
sort
that's
of
more low carb and not keto per se, because keto
exactly.
is like staying under the strict number,
Yes,
right?
yes. And so that's kind of where I like to live, in that low carb conscious kind of area, because it gives me a little more or a lot of more flexibility in what I eat, but I still can maintain a healthy lifestyle. So that's sort of the middle section of the slim down. And then our final week we spent on fasting. And the reason that's
Which
at
can be
the
scary
end,
to a lot of people. They don't know anything about it. They think, "Fasting? What? I can't fast. How in the world can I do that?" So tell us a little more about that.
yes, and that's exactly right. Because when somebody first told me about fasting, the only frame of reference I had was from a biblical or religious standpoint. And I'm
40
like,
days of fasting.
yeah.
What?
And I'm like, what? But I didn't realize until I sort of took a deep dive into it that there are all sorts of different forms of fasting. Yes, there are longer forms of fasting that people do for 30 days, but there's also fasting that you can do on a daily basis just by shortening the window where you eat during the day, every day, and expanding your non eating window. And so that last week, we talk about the benefits of fasting. We talk about the different types, the shorter fast, the daily fast, the longer fasts, why you might want to do some of those, and how you can get your brain and your body ready for those types of fasting. Because I wasn't ready to dive into that until I had already switched to more of a low carb keto lifestyle. Because when you're eating healthy fats, you don't get as hungry. And so fasting becomes easier. And so that last week, we walked people through what that looks like. So by the time you've gone through the 6 weeks with us, you know what keto is, you know what low carb is, you know what fasting is, and you've gotten your brain and your body. And I always like to say your brain and your body ready, because if you do too many changes too quickly, it can be hard, just like we talk about with the fats, for your body to adapt.
Mhm.
But it also is a mind shift that you
Yes.
have to make. And that's easier to make step by step and easier to make in a community of people who are also experiencing those changes at the same time.
Accountability is so good when you have some friends, we're all friends here. So when you have friends going through it too in a non-judgmental space, it makes it so much easier to transition and to make those little steps, little baby steps along the way.
Yes. And we like to talk about a balance of sort of truth and grace. We give people information about keto, low carb, fasting, information so that they can make informed choices. Because a lot of people don't realize different sweeteners that are bad for you, different oils that are bad for you. So we teach people that kind of awareness by looking at labels and then making a good choice. We talk about good, better, best,
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
making a good choice, making a better choice, best choice. A lot of people think it's all or nothing. No. Like
Life
if you
doesn't
don't,
work that way.
yeah,
Life just doesn't work that way.
right. Like we're the KETO-SIStas, but if I go to a wedding, I want to eat a piece of cake at that wedding. And a lot of strict keto groups, they'll kick you out if you even ask a question about
Or
that.
you'll get a lot of kickback and judgment and like, "You shouldn't," yeah, so we don't do that
Right.
here.
But we like to give people choices. So yeah, you can choose to eat cake at a wedding. Is that the best choice for your body? No. But is that a good choice for you if you do these other things on a daily basis? Yeah, you can indulge at a wedding or on a holiday. So we talk about truth, but we also talk about grace, giving yourself grace to experience life. If I go to my mom's house and she's cooked me a traditional Southern meal, Am I going to insult my mother by saying, I'm not going to eat that? That's not keto. No, I'm going to eat it. But knowing that I have the tools to get back on track when I get home, I can do some fasting. I can tighten up on my macros after the fact to get back on track when I can enjoy her meal and not insult her by going, I'm not going to eat your food.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. You're going to learn the tools to be able to have those special moments, those special memories with family or friends or whatever, but then come back and get right back on track to your normal lifestyle, because that's what it's going to become, as a lifestyle instead of a diet, which you're going to, like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this. And that's not good for our minds either, because you mentioned that too. Mindset is so important. So wrapping your mind around being able to have have your cake and eat it too, in a sense, because you're
Yeah.
not gonna eat it every day. It's just gonna be that special moment, and you're not gonna want it or need it every day. And, yeah, I think that's really important step
Yeah.
for people
Because
to learn.
that's one of the I'm so glad you said that, Debbie, because that's one of the reasons we wanted to do a program that was elongated. Because if you spend 6 weeks with us in community, learning this information and implementing it step by step, your body and your mind will change. And
Mhm.
you will find that you don't crave the things that you used to crave. And it's not so much a matter of willpower every day of, I can't eat that. I shouldn't eat that. That's bad. We want to get away from that kind
The
of
good, bad, yeah.
deprivation where you feel like you're always depriving yourself. And if you treat yourself, you're cheating.
Right.
I don't really like the term cheat day, but I use it sometimes because people know what it means. But to me, it's making an intentional choice. Yes, I'm going off my normal eating because I want to experience whatever Memorial Day weekend cookout, and we're going to eat some, fun foods that aren't something I normally consume. But knowing I have the tools to get back on track and live a lifestyle that leaves me feeling good, energized, looking good, and feeling good. It's not just about fitting into a certain size or weighing some certain number on
Right.
the scale, but feeling good so that you have the energy to enjoy your life, you have good sleep. Those types of
Mhm.
things are really important. I don't want to
Right.
ignore the fact that we all want to look good and feel confident, but like feeling good so that you
That's
can
the big
enjoy.
winner. Mhm.
Yes, yes. And we know that if people spend these 6 weeks with us, by the end, they will be empowered to make choices that are good choices on a daily basis. Sometimes they'll tighten it up to the best choices if they have a specific, maybe fat
Right.
loss goal, but then can relax it for every day and maintenance. So giving them that
Good.
flexibility, yeah, so that they can enjoy life, but still overall make really good choices for their body.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think this challenge, like I said, will give people the tools to not just get summer ready, but to choose tools going forward for a lifestyle that is a happy, sustainable lifestyle. No more of that yo-yo dieting, right?
No.
You can tighten up a little bit if you've got a goal, but basically let's make good choices all along so that we're happy and healthy. And so what this challenge will look like on a daily basis, they come into our Facebook groups, we'll have some written coaching, a short little video that they can watch that they're fun and silly, but gives them some information and some training, some education, so they know about making the choices that will be right for them.
And so
Right.
what is the daily time commitment? Because people are busy, so that might be a big thing. So how much time is this gonna be adding into there?
I mean, I'd say usually the videos are about 8 minutes. We have some that are a little longer, but you watch them at your own leisure. You don't have to watch them at a specific time. You go in there, and then once a day you check in. You read a little bit of written coaching, you watch a little video, you get a little task to do to implement those changes, that information into your life to sort of keep you on track and keep you accountable. But it's a pretty short time commitment, but we believe that small changes made consistently over time will lead to big results that are sustainable. And a lot of times after our challenges, we'll have people say, oh, it's over. I miss starting my day with that kind of challenge and with that video and that encouragement.
Mhm.
So I think people will find that it's fun. It's very easy to stick into your day.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Any other questions? Enrollment's open now. We will close enrollment on April 19th. There is a possibility we could close it before if we get too full. So if you know this is something for sure that you want to do, reach out to us so we can give you the sign up link. Because one of the special things we do here at KETO-SIStas is when you sign up for a challenge, we assign you a mentor or a coach to be your cheerleader through that process. And that cheerleader, we call them your big sister because they've
You don't
gone
have to
through
do it
these.
alone. Yeah, someone
Yeah,
who's been through it before, knows the process, and so you don't have to do it alone. You have someone you can reach out to with any questions or anything.
yeah. And it's not just questions about the material. It could even be a tech question. I'm tech challenged. So I might be like, I can't find the Facebook group, or I can't figure out how to do, to mark my poll to say
Mhm.
that, yes, I've done my task for today. Well, you have a big sister who can answer those questions, as well as questions about the material and how to incorporate that into your daily life. So if we get a lot of people signing up, we might close off before that April 19th deadline, just because we want to make sure that we have enough coaches to
Mhm.
work with people. So
Yeah.
if you know for sure this is something you want to do, don't wait until April 19th to sign up to make sure that you get in, because we do reserve the right to close off enrollment if we've gotten, a lot of people in. We want to make sure that we can serve and support everybody through this summer slim down. It's so
Say
hard for
that
me
10
to say.
times real fast.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. But yeah,
Sure.
signups are open now. We will close them off for sure April 19th, possibly before if we get too many people. And one more thing, the challenge will end up, if you count out 6 weeks, around the beginning of June, June 1st or June 2nd, depending on how flexible you want to be during the Memorial Day weekend. We intentionally scheduled this so that the Memorial Day weekend would be included. We give you Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off so you can enjoy that weekend. We will start again on the Monday. That's our fasting week. But we've offered some flexibility and grace. If people have plans for the actual Monday, they can start
Yeah.
the fasting on Tuesday. So we've got a little bit of flexibility and grace in there. But we know by then you will have had 5 weeks with us. So you're going to have the tools and the tips that you need to make better choices throughout the weekend.
Well, and just like we said, it's real life. So it's good that you brought that up. That Memorial Day weekend is in there, but that we've given you the tools and the grace to get through that weekend and then get right back at it.
Yep. Yep.
Because that's real life.
Yeah. And we're all about finding a path for your real life because, the word diet, it has the word die in it.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, whoever did
usually,
that, right?
yeah, most people are hangry on diets. They're grumpy. They're not fun to be around. They're not fun to be on. But a lifestyle that gets you the goals that you want, but the flexibility that you need, I mean, that's what we all want, right? We
Right,
want to be
right.
healthy and happy, but we also want to have a little fun.
Mhm. We wanna feel better, be better, do better, and yeah.
Yeah. And doing it in community, especially
Mhm.
if you don't have family members who are wanting to make these changes, that is a big hang up for a lot of people is they're the only person in their circle who has decided to make these changes. And it's hard when you see everybody else eating fast food and getting a bowl of ice cream at night. You need a community to encourage you and to support you. And that's what this Slim Down
Mhm.
is, right? It's a group of people we're all doing this together, and you'll have that community support and that encouragement that you need to be successful.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, unless you have any other questions, I'm going to let you go. I know you've got probably another yoga class to teach.
Yeah, in just a little bit here, I do. So, I can't think of any other questions. You've answered everything very well, I think, and went through it
All right.
really well.
If you're watching this later instead of on the live, you can reach out to us at support@ketosistas.com or put a comment and we will get back with you for the link to sign up or answer any questions that you might have. All right. Can't wait to have you in the summer. Slim down with us. Thanks, Debbie.
Yes. Bye, thank you.
Bye, guys.